Hey guys, it's Canon Vixia Hollywood Studios here, and welcome to the first officially recorded video from my house of Jersey Devil Coaster. I am so happy that I was able to ride it today. I'm filming this Wednesday, so this is fresh thoughts pretty much just after I rode it. Today on Wednesday, I got 12 rides on it, and I presume I'm going to get way more on Thursday and on Saturday. So, my opinions are still pretty fresh, and they only have 12 rides under the bag. But I've ridden it while it's warmed up and in most really good rows, and I would say I have a pretty good opinion on it. So, this is not going to be a formal review. I'll have that coming once I get more rides on Thursday and Saturday. This is going to be an element-by-element breakdown of the ride on what to expect from each part. So, first I want to talk about this moving loading station that you see on the screen right now. This station is set up so cool. It's not the same as Wonder Woman at Fiesta, Texas, where they put you on circles and then they slowly move you up. It's kind of like Hagrid's, where you just get picked, you just get assigned to a row right as you walk up. So, say you walk up, they tell you row 1, you sit in row 1. That's how it works. And they were accommodating to row requests for a little while, and then they just stopped. So, if you want to get back row or front row, you just got to time it up right. It's a little difficult, but I mean, that's what they have to do to keep the line moving. And that also could have just been for member previews. But you're going to go up that lift, and that lift goes very quick, especially when the block is clear ahead. It'll just zoom right up there. It's great. And once you get to the top, if you're in the front, you just get dangled over that drop. It's nuts. And if you're in the back, you get thrown over the drop. It's nuts in the back, man. It is great. And then you fly up into that Raven turn, and once the ride's warmed up, that thing whips you through. It's nuts how whippy that element is. Then you fly up into that camelback, and wow, the airtime on that is nuts. It doesn't matter if you're in the front, middle, or back. Middle is definitely the most sustained, and front and back have the most power, but it's a great element. Then you're going to fly up into that 0G stall, which is actually one of my favorite moments of the ride. You get some great hang time there, and it's so fun to just dangle there. It is the only element like it at Great Adventure, and at least for me, it is definitely the best stall I've ever experienced. Next, you're going to fly up and pop up into that turnaround where everyone likes to complain about the pacing, but there is no reason to complain about the pacing. Why is that? Because you fly through it. I mean fly through it. If you're in any row from 8 back, you get so much airtime on the drop off that element, it is unreal. That and the first drop when you're in the back rows is easily the best part of the ride, no question in my mind. If you're in the front row, you get some really cool airtime popping up into that turnaround, and you do get some while you come down. Next, you fly through the 0G roll, which is pretty fun. I mean, it's nothing crazy, it's just a 0G roll. Then you pop up to the mid-course. If you're in the front, you get some crazy ejector popping up. And the mid-course does trim barely. It does not trim very much. There were definitely a couple different rides where it did either stop because there's a ghost train made or something wrong with the system, or just because there was some technical issues and they had to trim it. But majority of the time, it will barely be trimming. And that means that the drop off of that in the back row is great. You get some really cool lateral force combined with airtime, and it's really cool. Then you're going to fly through that very tight turnaround and pop up into the off-axis hills. Now, what's weird about these hills is when you're in the back, they're more floater than they are ejector, but it's cool because you get lateral force combined with that, whereas in the front, you just kind of get thrown over, and you do get pretty strong ejector. But those two off-axis hills are interesting. I can see them being better when the ride warms up more and you can actually get ejector in the back, but the floater is still very cool. But that little pop before the brakes, that kind of mini airtime hill before you jump up, is very strong airtime as well. It's a really good element before you pop up into the brakes. So overall, Jersey Devil Coaster is fantastic. Every element has something going for it, and it has a lot of elements. This ride is action-packed from start to finish. And I do want to just address this now. I've been seeing a lot of people complaining about Jersey Devil. There's no reason to complain. If you ride this later in the day, either in the back or the front or even the middle, it's still good in the middle, then you'll know the hype for this ride. This ride is really good. It's a great fit at Great Adventure. I'm not going to go into too much depth as to how I think the ride is overall. That'll be in my actual dedicated review for Jersey Devil Coaster. But every element here is great. Like I said, the best element would be the drop, including the first drop and the drop off the Raven turn, whatever you want to call that turnaround, in the back. That drop is just nuts. And any other row, I would say it's the stall, honestly. I really like the stall. The dive loop is also really, really cool as well. But that will do it for this video. There will be tons of Jersey Devil content coming out because of the celebration of the ride's opening. Obviously, I am very, very happy about this ride. I'm very happy it's open, excited to get more rides on it. I'm excited to see everyone's reactions to it. If you've ridden Jersey Devil, comment down below what you thought of the ride. Like I said, thought it was fantastic. Anyways, though, that will do it for the video. Like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and we'll see you guys next time.